Hello, beautiful Nook queens and kings. Hope you all are doing great. Today, I will show you a DIY African woman using aluminum foil and paper mache. Yes. However, today is a very special day in my life, but before I get into that, if you are new to my channel, I will love it if you can subscribe and join the family. And for my returning subscribers, thank you all for ever being so loyal. I made mention earlier on that today is a very special day in my life, March 3rd, and because it falls on a Wednesday, which happens to be my upload day, there's no way I was going to let this day slide without doing something significant on the channel to pay homage to the one that gave me life, gave me everything within her power, and made me who I am with the help of the Almighty, my beloved mother. So please bear with me as today's voiceover will be a little bit different, especially as this is also a Women's Day DIY. All items used for this DIY African woman aluminum foil craft DIY and paper mache art projects is listed on screen and in the description box below. Today marks exactly 2 years since my mother made her journey to the world beyond. 2 years since I felt like life robbed me and my heart was ripped out of my chest. But I survived. I survived, Mom. And I am celebrating you today by making a strong black queen DIY, as well as all the women in the world for upcoming Women's Day. And so this will be a Women's Day DIY as well. So I will be sharing with you my ideas about a strong black woman, using my mom as reference as well, and also while I will be sharing with you how I made this African Queen DIY or African Woman DIY. I am using aluminum foil here to create the structure and the shape of my woman. Okay, and we'll also use the wire to create a sturdier frame for it to stand properly when I eventually place that on the stand. This will be part of my Afrocentric home decor DIY series, so make sure to check out my other videos on African home decor, and if that is not your jam, you can check out my other DIY videos on glam decor and much more. Thank you. As you can see, the structure of my lady is kind of set. I will go ahead to glue the wire onto the aluminum foil, and then we'll double up and eventually add some boobs and booty for my lady. Just watch as I do this. Even though February is over, this can still be considered a Black History Month DIY and can also be incorporated into your African home decor ideas as well as your budget-friendly home decor DIY. I have always tried to make sculptures and stuff with gum or Play-Doh in the past, but never this large. They're usually very like miniature creatures. So this is my first figure sculpture using paper, or a figure sculpture making with paper mache. Paper mache is like grounded paper that you basically will mix with water. You will see this as the video progresses. I chose to make a black queen DIY to depict the strength of an African woman, a black queen clothed in strength, because that was what my mom embodied. And I believe every black woman and women in general embody this strength. Moreover, March 8th is International Women's Day, so I might as well start the celebration today, and hence our Women's Day DIY. Now back to our African Queen DIY. I am scrunching up some aluminum foil to create her booty or her butt. So yes, what is a woman without some butt, right? So everyone has one. So yes, that is what I just did with this too, and then I will go ahead to cover that up and make sure to mold it so it actually gives me the shape that I desire. Once I will be done with this, I will also do the same to create some boobies for her as well. There is a saying by the great Wangari Maathai that makes me revel in the strength of a woman, and which deeply resonates with me, as this quote sounds like my mom personified. It goes like this: a strong woman is one who feels deeply and loves fiercely. Her tears flows as abundantly as her laughter. She is soft and powerful. She's practical and spiritual. In her essence, a strong woman is a gift to the world. African women in general need to know that it's okay for them to be the way they are as a strength and to be liberated from fear and from silence. Don't you just love that? Okay, so now once I was satisfied with how my structure or my lady structure looked, I went ahead to glue her onto the stand that I will be using. But before I did that, I am going to be using this paper mache. This is paper mache, and to actually cover the aluminum foil. It's called paper mache clay. Actually, it's not very moldable, and this is my first time actually using it, so probably the way I mixed my consistency. So I will go ahead to cover my lady while trying to create her form even more with my paper mache. Okay, now back to the quote by Wangari Maathai. That is a very powerful quote. African women aren't simply born, they are forged through the challenges of life. With each challenge, they grow mentally and emotionally. I grew up watching my mom dabble in multiple side businesses, ranging from making pies for sale to setting up a small convenience store, while working as a civil servant just to see my siblings and I comfortable. Thank you, Mom. She was that mother who will walk bare feet so I could walk in shoes, wear rags so I could look decent. She was selfless, and I believe a lot of us can resonate with having women like this in our lives. African women are strong, self-reliant, and self-contained, whose basic instinct is to nurture and preserve family. I believe the same goes for every woman around the world. So then, if you've watched right up to this point, please do comment, I am a strong woman. And if you're a guy, please comment, I know a strong woman, in celebration of the strength and resilience of women as a whole as the International Women's Day approaches. Thank you. So now once I was done with creating her figure, I went ahead to do the aluminum foil on her arms before applying my paper mache. Just watch as I complete this and we can get on with our Women's Day talk. There is this old African proverb that says, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. No shade to the men, okay? But this quote came about by the renowned Ghanaian scholar, Dr. James Emmanuel, who used it to encourage parents to send your young daughters into education at a time when this was far from the norm. I still remember my late grandma, that is my late mom's mother, telling us stories of when the missionaries visited the village she lived in as a little girl back in Cameroon. How she wanted to go to school, but she was not allowed, so she joined the church and was very active until she was made an elder. My grandma passed at the age of 103, and although she never went to school, I tell you, she was the smartest grandma ever. She had 10 children, with my mom being the 8th, with my grandpa, all born individually, no twins or triplets. Yes, that is so much strength I can't seem to wrap my head around. I remember someone once said there is a kind of strength that is almost frightening in black women, that it's as if steel rod runs through their head to your feet. I guess that is why I used to wire right through her. Just kidding, that is for support. Once I was done applying the paper mache, I allowed it to dry properly for over 24 hours. While my lady figure sculpture or my African woman sculpture was drying out, I went ahead to use this air-dried clay to create a basket for her. Okay, so alternatively, you could actually use this air-dried clay to create your sculpture altogether, but it is quite expensive. So the idea here was to create a budget-friendly DIY sculpture. That is why I used aluminum foil. And while the basket was drying, I went ahead to create a tray for her using some jute rope and also the lead from one of my body scrubs. Okay, so I am gluing this all around to create some kind of a knitted tray, and this is the final result. You will see how I will use this towards the end of this video. So now that my African woman figure sculpture is properly dry, I will go ahead to spray paint it. And alternatively, you can also use acrylic paint and then allow it to dry again properly. And then also I did use some glossy spray coat over it to actually make it shine a little before I will go ahead to dress her up using this lovely Ankara fabric. I just love the African print, the African fabric. It just stands out. It just has this, it's just different, has this personality to itself. Reminds me of a quote by Maya Angelou, which says, "We do not choose to be wrong for the sake of being different. We are Africans. We are unique and different. This is our strength as African women." Don't you just love this? My mom had so many Ankara fabric outfits that I can't remember, and she was the queen of head tie. Like, she could tie her hair for all of Africa. Yeah, she could tie her head for Africa, as we would say. Yeah, she was the typical African queen. I always called her that. So I will be doing the same on our African woman sculpture. So she would definitely have a headscarf because my mom said so. I would like to know, what does strong black woman mean to you? What comes to mind when you hear the phrase a strong black woman? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you. So I am going ahead to tie my African woman sculpture's head with a headscarf. And if you do see, I actually intentionally have our African queen faceless so that every strong, resilient woman and anyone who knows any can identify with her. Here is to all the strong women in our lives, the ones we've lost, the ones we still have, and the ones yet to come. I then used one of my hair pieces for an arm bracelet for her, and also we'll be giving her some waist beads. Waist beads are a traditional African accessory that has been around for a long time. It is seen as a symbol of femininity, fertility, sensuality, and spiritual well-being. Some believe they are the perfect tool for one's healing and spiritual journey as they encourage self-love, confidence, and beauty within a woman. A lot of women still wear them nowadays as a fashion piece. I love them. So here is the basket and the tray that I made for our African queen. That's the final look for that basket. And I was contemplating between using the tray or the basket, and I eventually used the basket, but you do let me know in the comments section which one you would prefer. Not that it matters. So I went ahead and also used some office pins for her earrings. Yes, so she's holding a pot and the tray in this look, and the final look she'll actually have the basket with her. She looks like she's from the market here, and she's actually done with her sales for the day and now headed home. What do you think? In my head, my African lady sculpture is from the market, okay? With her basket on her way home, she intends to stop by the river to fetch some water in her calabash, okay, to go clean and cook for her family. Always multitasking. That is the woman for you. Now let's look at her basket up close. That looks like some wheat or barley. So she's gonna get home and she's gonna ground that for some food for her family. Okay, I love me some good old stories. I will leave you with another lovely piece by the strong Queen Maya Angelou. Here it goes. African women in sorrow and pain never give up. Our love supersedes. In good and bad times, we fight for the happiness of our homes. We were made out of men, but we were forged out of our own life challenges. We are the honor of our homes, the backbones of our husbands, the strength of our children. We are women made as men. We are neither weak or lazy. We are independent. How powerful. And so that brings us to the end of this video. If you did enjoy this video, please do not forget to hit that like button as well as that subscribe button and turn on notifications. In the meantime, always remember to be your fun and strong self no matter what life throws at you. Thank you for watching.